But the situation remained unresolved. It was only the next morning that the reason for Tshisekedi's detention was revealed. The
Tshisekedi se trouvait à Bruxelles nationale pour y prendre un avion des lignes portugaises.
He was there to board a Portuguese airline flight to Kinshasa, but without realizing it, he was in Belgium illegally, as he had been subject to an expulsion order for the past 3 years. By the time he tried to explain the situation, the plane had already taken off, provoking the anger of his supporters, which quickly escalated into a general brawl. A rally was organized in Kinshasa by the UDPS, Union for Democracy and Social Progress, to celebrate the party's anniversary. The night before, Etienne Tshisekedi arrived at Brussels National Airport to take a Portuguese airline flight to Zaire. He was accompanied by about 50 supporters. However, he was detained at the control post, with no clear reason given at the time. Among the UDPS militants, tensions rose as the delay dragged on. Time kept passing, and in the end, the plane took off without Tshisekedi on board. This meant he would not be able to attend the meeting, which led to an outburst of anger. The result: 3 officers from the security forces were injured, as well as 2 Zairean militants. No arrests were made. But the situation remained unresolved. It was only the next morning that the reason for Tshisekedi's detention was revealed. The Zairean opposition leader was subject to an expulsion order signed in April 1988 by the then Minister of Justice. This ministerial decree was valid for 10 years. Tshisekedi claimed he had no knowledge of the order, which was believable since he had recently received a visa from the Belgian authorities with the approval of the Office for Foreigners. He had been living in Belgium for several months openly, and he had even participated in interviews on national television as recently as December 9. Additionally, he had traveled abroad multiple times with a valid visa. How, then, was it possible that a police officer suddenly declared him a wanted man and in an irregular situation? Wasn't it strange that this happened on the very day he was supposed to travel to Zaire to lead a major opposition rally? And how could such an absurd paradox occur? Tshisekedi was detained based on an expulsion order, yet he was physically prevented from boarding his flight, when all he wanted to do was leave the country. Was this just an overzealous official rigidly following outdated bureaucracy, or was it a calculated maneuver to weaken the Zairean opposition by targeting its leader?
Et de la sorte, on l'empêche physiquement de prendre son avion, alors même qu'il ne souhaitait qu'une chose, quitter le pays.
Alors, excès de zèle d'un fonctionnaire, prisonnier d'une logique absurde, ou sombre machination visant un parti d'opposition zaïrois à travers son leader. Écoutez l'avis du principal intéressé, Etienne Tshisekedi, qui, par la force des
Here's Tshisekedi's own response, still in Belgium due to these events. Interviewer: do you feel that your departure for Kinshasa was deliberately delayed? Tshisekedi: it's not just a feeling, it's my firm conviction. They wanted to prevent me from attending my party's rally in Kinshasa today. Interviewer: who do you believe was behind this maneuver? Tshisekedi: the political circles within the Justice Department, of course. Every time my wife asked the officers for an explanation, they told her, if you're not happy, take it up with the Justice Department. We're just following orders. Interviewer: curiously, you were supposed to be expelled, yet you are still in Belgium. How do you explain this? Tshisekedi: that's the question the relevant authorities should be answering. If they issue expulsion orders, they should enforce them properly. Interviewer: what is your overall feeling about this whole affair? Tshisekedi: this incident confirms that it's a political issue, not a legal one. The goal is simply to carry out the will of the dictator. And to do that, they had to find some pretext in Belgium. That's how they dug up this old decree.
Alors pour le faire, il faut bien trouver quelque chose au niveau de la Belgique, c'est comme ça qu'on est allé sortir cet arrêté.